Hi guys! So just a quick update on the endometriosis thing is they currently have not diagnosed me with endometriosis. They've diagnosed me with chronic pelvic pain. So based on my symptoms, I'm not exhibiting it. So we're just basically going to try doing physical therapy, and that involves a whole lot of things. So I'm not going to get into it because it's a lot of stuff. They've also talked about, since the fact that I don't have the endometrias, which are basically the little cyst type things that are the quote-unquote quick giveaway that you have it, is taking out my IUD, so my birth control. In case you didn't know, Mirena IUD actually helps resolve the symptoms of endometriosis and potentially sometimes PCOS. Like, it lessens the cramps, it lessens the pain, the swelling, the mood swings, all that stuff. It generally takes it away because you're not really getting a period, and if you are, it's lasting maybe 2 to 3 days. You know, at least for me, it's like 2 to 3 days max. And if you do have one, it's not as heavy, it's not as painful, stuff like that. So we've talked about removing my IUD and putting me back on a pill or, something else to try to see if the endometrias will pop up on their own, given the fact that I don't have that, I want to say hormonal blocker, but that's not what I'm actually looking for. So there's that. We won't really make that decision until December/January. Yeah, I know it's a month to a month and a half away. I mean, I know that January is clearly 2 months away, but, for case in point, 1 to 2 months away, whatever. So, yeah. Going further into endometriosis, it is basically your uterine wall is way too thick, and during your menstrual cycle, it's too thick to thin itself during a normal hormonal or menstrual cycle. So basically, your uterine wall is thinning itself pretty much all the time. It causes, in a lot of cases, the stereotypical case anyways, it causes infertility issues, infertility/fertility issues. Now for me, it did cause the fertility issues because it was really hard for me to get pregnant, but at the same time, it wasn't. Like, it's really weird to explain it without going into, like, actual detail of my relationship, and I'm not gonna do that. But it was really hard for me to get pregnant. With my son, we, I guess could say, tried for a really long time, and then when I finally did get pregnant, it was very, very painful and everything else on me. So when we got pregnant with my daughter, her pregnancy, I don't even know how many pregnancy tests with her, and they all said that I wasn't pregnant, but I knew that I was pregnant. I knew that I was pregnant. And for whatever reason, her pregnancy did not pop up unless I was taking a 99-cent store pregnancy test. And I literally mean the pregnancy test that you get from like the dollar store, like the Dollar Trees, the Dollar General, stuff like that, or the 99-cent stores. So it was really, really weird. If I went to like actual Walmarts or Targets or, you know, stores like that, or even drugstores, mind you, and bought like Clear Blue and First Response and stuff like that, I wasn't popping up. And then, unfortunately, we got in a really bad car accident. Basically, right after I told my husband that I was pregnant with her, we got in a really bad car accident. And from the rest of that pregnancy on, after I started seeing an OB, that OB kept telling me that I should have lost my baby. I should have lost my baby due to the trauma that happened during the car accident. While pregnant, I should have lost that baby. And then when I finally did have her, she had a lot of health issues in the very beginning. She also had something called seborrheic dermatitis. Sorry. And the best way for me to explain it is it's a really, really severe case of eczema or psoriasis. She got diagnosed with it when she was 3 months old. At first, they told us that it was just a heat rash. Then there was a lot of other issues when we were trying to get her diagnosed with anything besides a heat rash. And she still has flare-ups every now and then, but it's not as bad as what it was. So yeah. But it can cause fertility issues. It causes cramping during sex, severe abdominal cramping while on your menstrual cycle. It causes back pain, really, really heavy bleeding during your menstrual cycles, migraines, just a whole boatload of issues can come with this. The best way for me to explain it, is the fact that it's a cancer that you can't see. Because you don't see any quote-unquote physical things wrong with you when you have it. And it's a cancer that you don't see, and there's no cure for it, like, whatsoever. There's medications that can help it a little bit, but there's no real actual cure for it. There's just pills and treatments and other stuff like that that you can take in order to soften the blow of it. That's the best way for me to explain it. It can just get really, really bad. And yeah, like, I will be posting an update come December/January, whenever I am able to make the appointment. I may do it kind of like a vlogging situation. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it just yet, just because I don't know how the process is going to be for it. We did say that it's potential that we, during that visit, if the physical therapist, if the physical therapy hasn't helped, then we're just going to sorry, that's my child. We're going to go ahead and take out my birth control at that appointment and see if that kind of like helps the situation. If that's the case, great. Like, I mean, it's not great, but like, if once me going off of my Mirena ends up causing for me to get the endometriosis, and then we can actually get me a full diagnosis, that's great. Because in my personal opinion, chronic pelvic pain is not the answer to what's going on with my body. But sometimes it takes some misdiagnosis to get an actual answer. And maybe this is one of those cases where it's a misdiagnosis, but it leads us into the direction that we need to actually go for treatment and everything else to get the right diagnosis. So just let me know what you guys want, think, whatever. Yeah. Go ahead and hit the like button if you liked it. If you don't, that's fine. If you want more information, you can always comment and I'll give you my personal number. And we'll just figure it out that way. Subscribe, share if you want, and hit the bell button if you want more of this. This isn't going to be the only thing that I talk about on my channel. It's not. I'm potentially going to do some actual like vlogging stuff with my kids here in the future, so around January actually. I'm potentially going to be doing some QuickTime videos, or not QuickTime. Anyways, montages of some Pride stuff for San Diego Pride of 2019, and I'm really excited for it. So obviously, this is going to be one of the things I talk about on my channel. It's not going to be the only thing. You're going to see some San Diego Pride stuff. You're going to see some stuff with my kids. You're potentially going to see the autism stuff with my son. And yeah. So yeah, go ahead and click like, subscribe, hit the bell button, so that way you know when I post. I'm going to try to post more often than every month. It's just with this situation, it's gonna be every few months, weeks, whatever, just because it is gonna be a really long process to figure out if I actually have it, or what the treatment that we're gonna use for, you know, whatever else. And there's gonna be obviously the Pride stuff. There's gonna be the stuff with my son. You'll see my daughter as well. So yeah, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell icon, and comment and let me know what you think. Thanks guys. Bye.